Let's get real for a second. How many times have you caught yourself saying, I'll do it tomorrow, and then tomorrow turns into next week, and then suddenly it's been months? Yeah, me too. That, my friend, is procrastination in action. And let me tell you, it's something we all wrestle with. For the longest time, I thought procrastination meant I was lazy. If I couldn't get started on something, it meant I didn't have enough discipline or motivation. But over time, I realized that's not it at all. Procrastination isn't laziness. It's a coping mechanism. It's our brain's way of handling fear, stress, or overwhelm. And the way it shows up for each of us, totally different. Sometimes it's perfection. We wait until we can do it just right. Sometimes it's avoidance because deep down we are scared of failing. Or sometimes it's distractions. Hello, Instagram rabbit hole. Here's the good news. Once you figure out why you procrastinate, you can actually do something about it. And that's what we're going to explore today. There are 6 main procrastinator types. And as I walk you through them, I want you to notice which one sounds most like you. Maybe you'll see yourself in more than one. I know I do. And the goal here isn't to judge or shame ourselves. It's to understand ourselves better so we can finally stop putting our lives on hold. Because at the end of the day, procrastination isn't just about missed deadlines or laundry piling up. It's about the dreams that we are delaying, the goals that we keep on pause, the life that we say we want, but we never give ourselves permission to start living. So grab your coffee, lean in with me, and let's talk about the 6 types of procrastinators and how to break free. Welcome to the Leading Yourself podcast. This is your host, Carolina de Arriba. I'm an HR professional, coach, wife, mom, and above all things, a goal-getter. In this podcast, we're going to be digging into all things leadership, professional and career development, habits, and relationships. This is a podcast for those who want to become the best version of themselves, those who have big dreams and are willing to embrace the journey and put in the work to achieve them. My goal is to share with you the tools, tips, and tricks to help you in your journey. So let's dig into today's episode. Before we jump into the 6 types of procrastinators, I want to pause for a second and talk about why this even matters. Because procrastination isn't just about pushing off a task. It's not just about the laundry pile or the email you keep flagging for later. Procrastination delays life. The book you want to write, the health goal that you've been meaning to tackle, the business idea you keep sketching on napkins, the career move you've been dreaming about for years. Every time you say someday, what you're really doing is hitting pause on yourself. And here's the sneaky part. Procrastination doesn't just steal your time once, it steals it twice. First, it keeps you stuck in the same place, circling the same idea without moving forward. And then it drains your confidence because every time you break a promise to yourself, every time you say, I'll do it later, and you don't, a little voice inside starts whispering, see, you can trust yourself. You're not capable. That's the real cost. Not just the undone task, but the hit to your belief in yourself. I can think of seasons where I delayed things that truly matter, projects that excited me, habits that I knew would change my energy, conversations that I needed to have. And the more I delayed, the heavier it felt. Like the task grew bigger in my head each day that I avoided it. But here's the truth I want you to hold on to. You are capable. You are not lazy. You are not broken. You just need the right awareness in your procrastination patterns and the right tools to move through them. That's exactly what we're going to unpack right now. Because once you understand the why behind your procrastination, you can actually start shifting it. And when you shift it, that's when things move. That's when goals get momentum. That's when your life starts opening back up again. So let's get into it. The 6 types of procrastinators. And again, as you listen, I want you to notice which one sounds the most like you, because naming it is the first step to changing it. Okay, let's break it down. According to productivity experts, there are 6 main procrastinator types. And I bet that as I go through these, you're going to recognize yourself in at least one, maybe even a couple. Again, I did not make these up. These are all product of the research that I've done looking for answers on how to break free from procrastination. So again, all this has been researched by experts, and there's scientific evidence behind all of what I'm going to share with you. Now, as I share with you, once again, I want to remind you, this is not about judging yourself, it's about gaining awareness. Because once you know your procrastination style, you can actually start shifting it. So let's go through them one by one. Number 1 is the perfectionist procrastinator. You're waiting for the perfect conditions. You tell yourself things like, I'll start when it's flawless, or I just need to get everything lined up before I begin. Sounds familiar? I'll be honest, this one hits home for me. For years, I thought if something wasn't perfect, it wasn't worth doing. I would re-record podcast episode because I stumble over one little sentence. Or I'll delay sharing a project because I wanted it to look polished. But here's the truth. Perfection isn't progress. Progress is progress. The solution? Break things down into smaller, manageable steps. Instead of saying, I need to launch the perfect project, try, today I'll write the first messy draft. And repeat after me. Done is better than perfect. Because imperfect action builds momentum. And momentum is what gets you closer to your dreams, not perfection. Moving on. The next type of procrastinator is the overwhelmed procrastinator. This is you if the task feels so big, you don't even know where to start. It's like starting at a mountain and thinking, nope, too much. I'll deal with it later. I've been there too. Starting a huge project with 100 moving pieces and my brain was just shutting down. The fix? Simplify. Shrink the mountain into pebbles. Break the task into tiny actionable steps. Instead of, I need to write the entire presentation, say, I'm going to spend 15 minutes brainstorming key points. Instead of, I need to get healthy, say, I'll take 10-minute walk after lunch. Overwhelm shrinks when you take one step. Remember, clarity comes through action, not before it. The third type is the avoidant procrastinator. This is when you avoid tasks not because they're hard, but because they're uncomfortable. Maybe it's fear of failure, maybe it's fear of judgment. The thought is, if I don't try, I can't fail. Here's the problem. Avoidance feels safe, but it keeps you stuck. How to reframe this one? Face the fear in small doses. Expose yourself little by little. If you've been avoiding a tough conversation, maybe your first step is writing down what would you say? If you've been avoiding applying for a job, maybe your first step is updating your resume, not hitting submit just yet. Confidence doesn't come first. It's built when you take action despite the discomfort. Every small step proves to yourself that you can handle this. The fourth type of procrastinator is the distracted procrastinator. This one might feel very familiar. You sit down to do something important and 30 minutes later, you're deep in on Instagram Reels or rearranging your desk or suddenly deciding it's the perfect time to clean the kitchen. The kryptonite, distractions. And the antidote is boundaries. Protect your focus like it's gold, because it is. A couple of practical things that you can try. One is time blocking. Give yourself a set block of focused time and then allow breaks. The second idea is to create a distraction-free zone. Put your phone in another room, turn off all notifications. And the third one is the 5-10-30 rule. To simplify, this one is just commit to focusing for 5 minutes. Often, once you start, you'll keep going. So the first time is 10 minutes, and then once you get the handle of that, you move to 30. You get the point. Here's the truth. Distractions are always available, but so is your focus. You just have to choose which one you'll give your energy to. The fifth type of procrastinator is the habitual procrastinator. This is when procrastination has simply become your default mode. You delay without even realizing. It's just your go-to response. The good news? Habits can be changed. One way to disrupt this cycle is to experiment with productivity techniques. Pomodoro is a great one. 25 minutes of focused work followed by 5 minutes of break. Or try accountability systems like checking in with a friend, a coach, or even using a habit tracker. The key here isn't to fix yourself, is to swap the habit of delay for the habit of action. Even the smallest new routine can disrupt the cycle and create that momentum that you're looking for. And the sixth type of procrastinator is the excuse-making procrastinator. This is when you've got a reason for everything. I'm too tired. It's not the right time. I don't have the tools I need. And listen, sometimes those reasons feel very real. But more often than not, you're just fear in disguise. Excuses protect your comfort zone, but they also rob you from growth. The fix? Challenge your excuses. Ask yourself, is this really true? Or is this just a story that I'm telling myself? For example, instead of, I don't have time to work out, ask yourself, do I really not have 10 minutes? Instead of, I don't know enough to start, ask yourself, could I learn as I go? Excuses sound convincing, but when you shine a light on them, most of them crumble. So, which one are you? Maybe you're nodding along thinking, oh my gosh, I'm definitely the perfectionist. Or maybe you're like, oh, I'm all six on different days. And that's okay. Most of us are a mix of a variation of any of these six. I'll tell you, for me, I've been a card-carrying member of the Perfectionist Procrastinator Club for years. Podcasting, honestly, was my biggest teacher in breaking free from that one. Because if I had waited for my episodes to be perfect, I would have never hit publish. The beauty is, once you see yourself in these patterns, you can start choosing differently. And that's where the real freedom begins. Okay, so now that you know your procrastinator style, there's the good news. You're not stuck with it. Once you see the pattern, you can start shifting it. And this part is so important. Do not try to fix everything overnight. This isn't about becoming a productivity robot. It's about experimenting with tiny shifts that can build new momentum. So let's talk through how to break free depending on your type. If you are the perfectionist procrastinator, your medicine is progress over perfection. Here's what I want you to try. Set a timer for 20 minutes and just start. Give yourself permission to create something messy, unpolished, unfinished. Remind yourself, done is better than perfect, because you can't edit or improve something that doesn't exist. I'll be honest, I would not have one single podcast episode out in the world if I clogged to perfection. I had to teach myself that hitting publish, even when I stumble or I have an awkward pause or my accent was weird, it's better than staying stuck on my drafts folder. If you are the overwhelmed type, your antidote is shrinking that mountain. Take whatever feels too big and make it laughably small. Don't organize the whole garage. Just put one box in the donate pile. Don't write the whole report. Just write the first bullet point. You'll be amazed how much lighter you feel once you start, because overwhelm thrives on inaction and it evaporates the second you move. For the avoidant type, here's your key: build courage in micro moments. You don't have to tackle the scariest part first. Just give yourself small doses of the thing that you're avoiding. If you've been dodging a tough email, draft 2 sentences. Or, in these days, ask Copilot to make it better for you. If you're nervous about starting a workout routine, commit to just putting on your shoes. I learned that from the book Atomic Habits. Each time you prove to yourself, hey, I can survive this, you weaken the avoidance pattern. And little by little, you build trust with yourself that you can face discomfort and come out stronger. If you're the distracted type, you need guardrails for your focus. That might mean putting your phone in another room, turning off notifications, or using apps that block social media for a set time. But it's not about just removing distractions. It's also about choosing focus. Try time blocking. Give yourself 25 to 30 minute sprints of undistracted work and take then 5-minute breaks. Focus on the muscle. The more you protect it, the stronger that it will get. If you are the habitual procrastinator, your task is to disrupt the cycle. This might mean changing your environment, like working at a coffee shop instead of at home, or creating accountability, like texting a friend, like I'm starting the task right now. Pomodoro timers, habit trackers, even sticky notes on your wall can help. The point isn't which system you pick, but that you pick something that interrupts the autopilot delay and reminds you, hey, we're doing this differently now. And last but not least, if you're the excuse maker, your best tool is calling yourself out, gently but firmly. When you hear yourself say, I don't have time, pause and ask, is that really true? Or is it just more comfortable to believe that? 9 times out of 10, you'll realize it's just a story. And when you're challenged that story, you create space for a new one. I can start small. I can make time. I can try. Excuses lose power the moment that you shine a light on them. So, here's the universal truth. No matter your type, action beats procrastination every single time. Not massive action, not perfect action, just action. Even the smallest steps, writing a sentence, making a call, clearing one dish off the counter builds momentum. Because once you start, your brain shifts from I can't to I am. And that shift changes everything. All right, let's land this with a gentle challenge for you this week. Because you know, I always want to close things out with a call to action. I want you to play detective with your procrastination. Notice it. Name it. That's it. When you find yourself scrolling instead of starting, or reorganizing your desk instead of opening the file, pause and say, there's my procrastination side again. Or, yep, that's my avoider showing up. It sounds simple, but awareness is so powerful. Naming the pattern helps you separate yourself from the behavior. You're not the procrastinator. You're a person who sometimes procrastinates. Big difference. Then here's the second step. Take one tiny action anyway. Not the whole project, not the perfect first draft, just one small step. If you're a perfectionist, write minutes without editing. If you're the overwhelmed type, pick one mini task and do it now. If you're the distracted, set a 10-minute timer to shut the tabs. 10 minutes. That's all I'm asking. Because often the hardest part isn't the task itself. It's just starting. And once you're in motion, momentum kicks in. So this week, name it, own it and take that one small step anyways. Okay, friend, that's our deep dive on procrastination. Here's what I want you to remember. Procrastination isn't laziness. It's usually fear or overwhelm or habit just wearing a different mask. And you have the power to shift it. You don't have to fix it all at once. You don't have to suddenly become the hyper-productive version of yourself. The real win is reclaiming your energy, your confidence, and your sense of agency, one tiny action at a time. So here's my question for you. Which procrastinator type sounded most like you today? I would love to hear. DM me on Instagram, on LinkedIn, or even better, share this episode with a friend and compare notes. Because when you realize you're not alone on this, it feels a whole lot lighter. Here's to less delay, to more doing, and to leading ourselves forward. One small step, one courageous action, one day at a time. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I'll see you next time for another episode of the Leading Yourself podcast. Okay, my friend, that's all I've got for you today. But before you go, 2 quick reminders. Number 1, if we're not already friends on Instagram, let's get connected. You can find me as Leading Yourself Podcast. Number 2, make sure you're subscribed to the podcast so you never miss an episode. Thank you so much for joining me today. I am incredibly grateful that you're in this journey with me. I want to leave you with one last thought. I want to remind you that you're destined for more and that every step that you take brings you closer to becoming that best version of yourself. Embrace each day as a chance to learn, grow, and chase your dreams. The world needs you to shine brightly, so go out and show up fully and authentically. Take care, and I'll see you next time.